Alright, YouTube. So this is everything you need for 6 nights on the trail. Thought I'd come to you in a little video of what I like to bring. This is 6 nights worth of food right here. So yeah, this is all you need. Alright, we'll talk to y'all later. I'm just kidding. I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer so you can see individually. I just wanted to spread it all out so you can see what it roughly looked like for 6 nights. And I'll explain why there's more in some area and less in others. But we'll get to it here in just a second.
All right, so what do we have for cereal? For breakfast. I tend to try to have a couple different options just because it gets kind of old eating the same thing every time. So all we got here is just pre-done up cereal with some powdered milk in it. You can look it up on the back of the powdered milk and tell you how much to put in there. But I like that. I just throw it in a Ziploc bag, pour some water in it, shake it up in the morning that I want to eat it, and then it's no cleanup. It's easy. It's great to eat this when you're by a stream or something that's got cold water flowing, because it's great to have cold water to mix in there. And then you got cold milk and cold cereal, and it's pretty good. But if I'm not eating cereal, just your standard Quaker brown sugar oatmeal like that. Just it adds a little bit. I hate cooking it in the morning, to be honest, but it's really nice to have something warm or a hot breakfast when it's cold outside. So I'll eat that. And then the other thing, just your standard Pop-Tart. This is a cheap brand, but just your standard Pop-Tart. It's easy, get up, go. I typically eat those the first night or two, because it's quick, it's easy. When I get up and I'm ready to go, I'm not tired, anything like that. So that's what I do for breakfast. Pretty simple overall, no big deal. Then after that, I usually have a snack. I typically go with Nutri-Grain bars. I keep them in my pouch pockets on my pack. That way I can just pull them out while I'm walking, open them up, eat them, stuff the trash right back in the pack. Little hint though, sprinkle out the crumbs before you put it in your pack. Just sprinkle it out on the trail or try to eat it, if you can. That way you're not leaving crumbs and stuff in your pack for the bears and for everything else to smell, and then you get critters and mice, and it's just nasty. So I typically eat those for snack after breakfast. Then I have lunch. So for lunch is super easy for me. Just some tortillas, just because tortillas are flat. You can carry more. They're easy. All it is a transport vessel to get the peanut butter in my mouth. So I like the honey roasted Peter Pan. It adds a little flavor. It's good. I just literally slab it on there. No big deal. Fold it up and eat it. My lunches are pretty nothing exciting. I like to get them done quick. Then next snack or lunchtime is my special homemade trail mix. It has no nuts in it. I just don't like the salty flavor. If you guys want the recipe for this, you can see all sorts of different stuff in here. If you guys want the recipe for it or you want to know what's in it, just let me know. I'll make a video on how I make this stuff. But it's a lot better to me than the salty peanuts and all that. After that, next snack, cheese and meat sticks. I really highly suggest this if you haven't had it. If you like to eat any type of like lunch meats or stuff like that, it's hard to bring that stuff out on trail. This stuff, it doesn't necessarily need to be refrigerated. A week is fine. I've eaten it plenty of times, but it gives you that meat fix. It gives you that solid food, because you get tired of eating bars and M&Ms and crap like that all the time. So for me, the meat and the cheese stick is probably the part of the day that I look forward to the most. It's definitely the best thing that I've ever found to eat. But I'll eat that. And then as a snack, and then for dinner, I typically go with the ramens. If I'm doing a shorter trip, I'll have a Mountain House meal or something like that, just because it's easy. But I usually take ramen. But what I will do is I'll take an old Mountain House, or I'll take at least one, eat that the first night, then I clean out the bag, and then that's what I use to put my my ramen in so that it's easier to eat out of. You can do it out of a bag, but I've found that that water gets pretty hot trying to hold it. So you're trying to, leave the bag on the ground or on something and then eat out of it. It's kind of a pain to do that. But that's typically what I have in the day. I know a lot of people will take a lot more food. I have found, you know what? I'm going to spin the camera around for this part.
Alright guys, so that's typically what I'll take on a trip. This is what I'm taking for 6 days. I'm doing a 6-day little trip in a couple weeks with a buddy of mine to prepare for our JMT through hike we're doing later on this year. But let me get back to why there's some days there's more food than other days. I know this is lower calorie than what a lot of people say to take. This averages around 2,500 to 3,000 calories per day, which is pretty low for most people. But what I found for me personally is that when I do these section hikes, the first 2, 3, 4 days, I don't typically eat a lot. When I get to moving and get going, I do the opposite of what a lot of people do, and I'm not hungry. So then I end up having meals, if I try to eat a 2.5 person Mountain House meal the first night, I end up having to force myself to eat it just because I don't want to have all that extra, gross smelling, nasty Mountain House stuff left over. And so I typically try to eat less, or I typically eat less during the beginning, and then as the time goes on, I'll start to pick it up. So that's why later on, usually I have more food with me, but I don't ration it out. If I'm hungry, I'll eat it. Or I'll eat something. I've had trips where I've run out of food early, but it's never been an issue. You start realizing, oh man, I'm gonna be out of food early, but I typically try to leave a little bit of something for that last day, for breakfast or something, just to kind of get you that pick me up, and then I can bang out a whole day without eating. It's not a problem. But that's just me personally. Get to know yourself. Go and if you've never hiked before, if this is your first trip, I would recommend bringing more food than you think. Don't load it up. You don't want to be carrying a whole ton of extra weight, but definitely bring a little bit more than what you think you might need. That way, if you're like me and you don't eat a lot, cool, you're good. But if you end up eating more because you're burning a ton more calories than you think you are, you're prepared. You're not going to get sick. You're going to be okay, and you're not going to have a bad experience, and then you're not going to ever want to go again. But that's just how I personally do it. This is typically what I take on every trip. I don't tend to change up my menus that much. I like to have a little bit of variety for breakfast and stuff, but dinners and all that, I get into camp, I set up camp, I cook my meal, and I go to bed. It's not a big deal to me. But if you guys have any questions, just throw a comment in, hit the like button. And, I've really enjoyed making these videos. This is my 3rd one. If you guys want to see anything particular, anything special, if you guys want to see, if you want me to shoot some on the section hike and make a video for that, just let me know, write a comment, ask anything you want. I'm here to help you guys, and if I don't know, somebody else may answer, or I'll try to find the answer for you. But this is probably going to be a longer video than I wanted, but hope I answered some questions for you guys, and we'll see you later. Holy cow. So I almost forgot one of the best parts, fruit snacks. Next to the meat sticks and cheese, I like to bring fruit snacks. I bring a lot of fruit snacks with me. I typically will just eat those throughout the day whenever I'm hungry. But they're awesome. They're quick. They're easy. They're chewy. They taste great. I found Ninja Turtles this time, so pretty excited about that. But yeah, fruit snacks. So throw that on the list too. All right, see y'all later.